Eastern Chad, about as remote and desolate as it gets. And yet, 300,000 refugees from Darfur live here in 12 camps, scattered along the border with Sudan. Today, it's 45 degrees Celsius, but Halima, her daughter, and a neighbor are out in the blazing sun picking Mukheit. Like all those who escaped the conflict in Darfur, they are dependent on food aid to survive. But since January, they have been living on half the food they should be getting, so they have had to resort to foraging to survive.
كتير ده موفر كله القايد ده من قصر ده الموفر قايد ده كله بنأكل ولا عندنا وفر ناكل شيء ما عندنا ولا قرش فني بمشي مكت ده كله بيجيبها حطب كله بيجيبها وبمشي مويه كلها هو بيجي انا كل الركبه كله بوجاني وانا عيان وولد ده عيان ابوي عيان.
Halima and her family fled Darfur 10 years ago.
بعربي بيتيت الانتونوب بيتيت بحسين بجمال الهيلة ده نيام تشو أغلو بهايم أغلو ميتين قايدين دفقنا مرقنا ده أسا ولد ما أوق ده كل ما درب أنا هربي وما عندنا بهيمة الهلغان ذات في جينا أدريك الصوت دارفور وين نرجع أي لا دارفور وين نقدر نرجع حسنا بموت ده الليل بموت بكرة بموت ده.
Getting food thousands of miles out into the desert is an expensive challenge. It's also a race against time because when the rainy season hits, the roads become impassable. But the reason these warehouses are almost empty is from lack of funding. Gaga Camp now holds 20,000 people. Markets have sprung up, and the Chadian government allows refugees to use the desert land to grow food. But drought and floods makes farming here nearly impossible. Mukheit must be ground and soaked for several days before it can be eaten. Many survival foods have some nutritional and even medicinal qualities, but they are not cultivated, so the more they are picked, the further you have to go out into the desert to find them. Leftovers go a long way, too. These sorghum cereal scraps are collected, dried, and pounded into a powder. Water is then added to make yet another meal. If funding doesn't come soon, then improvised meals like this will become increasingly frequent for Halima and her family. Worse yet, hunger and malnutrition will, too.